Welcome to this tutorial on the require function in Kotlin. The require function is a powerful tool in the Kotlin Standard Library that helps you validate preconditions in your code. Preconditions are conditions that must be true before a piece of code can safely execute. Throughout this video, you'll learn how to use require to make your Kotlin applications more robust and reliable by catching invalid inputs early. So what exactly is the require function? It's a standard library function that validates preconditions and throws an illegal argument exception if the conditions fail. This function serves four key purposes. First, it validates function arguments to ensure they meet expected criteria. Second, it enforces business rules right at the entry point of your functions. Third, it implements a fail-fast strategy on invalid input, preventing errors from propagating deeper into your application. And fourth, it improves code clarity by making your function contracts explicit and easy to understand. Let's look at the basic syntax of the require function. There are two main forms. The first form takes a single parameter, a Boolean value. If this value is false, an exception is thrown. The second form takes two parameters, a Boolean value and a lazyMessage. The lazyMessage is a lambda function that returns any type, typically a string that describes the error. This second form is particularly useful because the message is only evaluated when the condition fails, making it more efficient. Here's a simple usage example. Imagine you have a withdraw function that takes an amount parameter of type double. Before processing the withdrawal, you want to ensure the amount is positive. You can use require with the condition amount greater than 0. If someone tries to withdraw a negative or 0 amount, the require function will immediately throw an illegal argument exception, preventing invalid transactions. Only when the amount is positive will the code proceed to process the withdrawal. While the simple form of require is useful, providing custom error messages makes your code much more maintainable. In this example, the require function includes a lambda that creates a descriptive error message. The message states amount must be positive, got, followed by the actual amount value. This approach has a key advantage. The lambda message is only evaluated when the condition fails. This means if the amount is valid, there's no performance overhead from constructing the error message. The custom message helps developers quickly understand what went wrong. Kotlin also provides a specialized variant called requireNotNull. This function is specifically designed for nullable types. It takes a nullable value and returns the non-null value if it's not null, or throws an illegal argument exception if it is null. In this example, we have a process user function that accepts a nullable string for the name parameter. The requireNotNull function validates that the name is not null and returns a non-null string that we can safely use. Once validated, you can call methods like uppercase without worrying about null pointer exceptions. Often, you need to validate multiple conditions in a single function. You can chain multiple require statements together. In this create user function, we validate two different conditions. First, we require that the age is greater than or equal to 18, ensuring users meet the minimum age requirement. Second, we require that the email contains an @ symbol, providing basic email format validation. Each require statement has its own custom error message. If any condition fails, the function immediately throws an exception with the appropriate message, preventing invalid user creation. Let's summarize when you should use the require function. First, use it to validate function parameters, ensuring callers provide appropriate arguments. Second, use it to enforce business constraints that must be met before processing. Third, use it to implement a fail-fast strategy on invalid input, catching problems at the entry point rather than deep in your application logic. And fourth, use it to document contract expectations, making your function requirements explicit and self-documenting. By following these guidelines, you'll write more robust and maintainable Kotlin code that prevents errors before they cause problems.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.